Yeah, man, it's good.
So I just started whacking bits of shiny plastic and stickers onto it, essentially, straight away.
Did you get a pogo effect with this?
No.
Sorry if the exposure's a bit on and off here, guys. The sun is an absolute nightmare. I mean, we've not even really done anything, but it feels so stable.
280 to 330 brake.
Talking about premium as well, you've got the Ford rattles, haven't you? Hi guys, and welcome back to Car Focused. Today we have got a subscriber / follower review, and in the background you can see we've got, this is actually the 4th Mk4 Focus ST that's going to be on the channel. Now this one's pretty cool because it's pretty much brand new. How many miles has it got on the clock now?
1800.
1800 miles, so it's pretty fresh. And it is the performance edition, so I'm really looking forward to having a proper look around this and a drive. Now, I'll just turn the camera around. So we've got James here, who's the owner.
Hello, hello.
Hello, mate, you all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
And this is your little beast.
Yeah,
I must admit, mate, it looks lovely.
It's not bad, it's better in the sun.
Yeah, it does look beautiful. And this one is quite special because it's probably, I don't know about one of the first, but it's actually modified, isn't it?
Yeah. It's already had a couple bits done to it.
Yeah, you've not hung about.
Well, I've had it about a month now, and so the itch started relatively soon. Where a couple of bits to do. It's a bit docile out the factory.
Yeah.
The Mk4s are a bit docile, so I thought low-line kit's something. It's had no performance upgrades apart from the Dreamscience Ultima Plus remap, which takes it. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm very familiar with Dreamscience because I drove their Mk4 when they had the first their Stage 1 package out for it. Really impressed with that. So you're running the Ultima Plus,
so it takes it from 280 to 330 brake, with kind of all stock components under the hood as well.
Yeah.
So I just started whacking bits of shiny plastic and stickers onto it, essentially, straight away.
And it does look well. I mean, even in standard spec, I know obviously you were saying about the ride height and the fact the wheels are quite sort of sunken in.
Yeah.
They are a nice looking car, aren't they?
Yeah. So it's had 20mm spaces all the way, so H&R 20mm spaces all the way around.
Yeah.
And the ride height's been adjusted because it comes with, so the ST edition comes with KW coilovers instead of the traditional kind of adaptive suspension that the normal Mk4s come with.
Yep.
So they announced, obviously, you know, it's 10mm lower than the standard ST, and you can drop it by another 20mm. As long as you take out Ford's metal collars that stop you from doing that.
Yeah, you had a bit of a nightmare with those, didn't you?
Yeah, the guys down at SEC sorted that out with a little bit of brute force, which always helped. So the rears have been dropped again by an extra 25mm, and then the front's been dropped by 15. So now it should sit level as they kind of come arse up from the factory.
It does sit nice.
Yeah.
And how about the handling with the coilovers and the way you've got it set up at the moment?
Yeah, so it's firm. It's obviously firmer than the kind of normal ST that comes out factory.
Because you come from a Mk4 ST estate, didn't you? Into this?
Yeah, so it's a bit like that was a bit like a kind of rolling, estate kind of, nice suspension, nice handling. It was forgiving, and you could go over bumps and it didn't really affect you.
Yeah, nice daily.
This is far less forgiving, far more like aggressive, and it wants to be chucked into a corner rather than being nice to it. So avoid potholes is kind of that's what I've been doing.
No, mate, it's lovely. So we'll have a quick walk around it. So obviously we've looked at the suspension setup. So the 20mm spaces he's got on there.
Yeah.
He's dropped the standard KW coilovers down as low as they go. So you say 15 on the rear?
15 on the front, 25 on the rear. So it should be, if Ford are right with the 10mm drop all round, it should be 35 drop at the rear and 25 drop at the front.
Okay. So we've got a low line kit on it as well. That's Maxton at the front, is it?
Yeah, Maxton at the front, TRC on the sides.
Yeah.
And Maxton spoiler cap on the back. I was going to go for TRC all over, but found a good deal on a front Maxton splitter, and it's probably going to snap in a few weeks anyway, so might as well get a cheaper one if I can.
So you got the lip on there, the spoiler lip as well?
Yeah. And there's the standard Climb Air wind deflectors.
Oh, the wind deflectors, yeah. Sorry if the exposure's a bit on and off here, guys. The sun is an absolute nightmare. But yeah, really nice looking car. The question is, are you happy to let me loose behind the wheel of this?
Yeah, of course, mate.
Let me have a drive.
Of course.
So I think that's what it's all about, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Particularly with this car. It's going to be interesting to see just how the chassis differences or the suspension setup is going to affect the way it drives. So yeah, if we have a little drive, and I'll see what I think.
Absolutely, mate. Crack on.
Right, sat inside the car before we take off. Just want to quickly touch upon the interior. There's not really much that's changed in here, is there, from the normal ST? We've got a bit of blue stitching.
Yeah, a bit of blue stitching there, carpets, seats, but apart from that, and the digital dash for the newer versions of them. But yeah, there's not a lot that's actually different from the normal ST.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do like it in here, though. It's quite a simplistic design, isn't it? I do like the addition of the digital dash as well. Just kind of just brings it into a bit more of a modern age, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes it. It gives it like a little bit more of a. I don't know if you can call Ford premium. Like, it gives it a bit more of a premium feel because it just adds a little bit of like excitement changing between modes. Like, oh, it's gone red because of sport.
Oh,
like,
it goes red now.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just another bit of shiny on the car, really. So.
Talking about premium as well, you've got the Ford rattles, haven't you? The interior rattles. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, you're allowed to say it, mate. It's not a deep kept secret. Yeah, that door. Rear driver side, there's some rattles, but Ford are great with it. They've already been like, yeah, we'll take it, go to Ford approves and it's all covered under warranty.
Yeah, they're normally pretty helpful, aren't they?
Last.
I find with these cars, the speakers in the door cards, as soon as you get a bit of bass on the go, you just hear all the rattles, don't you?
Yeah,
with each
definitely.
beat of the
to be fair,
of the music.
My old Mk4, there was door rattles, and it was actually ended up being an update to the speakers.
Oh, really?
To fix it, and that was the problem.
Tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, enough chit chat about the interior. Let's get this thing started up and let's get on the move.
Nice.
So James is going to take me for a quick run. I'm going to change it up a little bit, then I'm going to swap over, and then I'll see what I think to the actual drive itself. So it'll be a passenger perspective and then an actual driving perspective. So let's do it. Inside the beast, and you're going to take us for a little spin.
Yeah.
And then we'll swap over halfway, and let me have a little drive.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Let's go then.
Cool.
Don't kill me.
I'll try not to.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm intrigued about is the way it rides. Is the handling and the way it feels as a passenger. It immediately feels proper. I mean, we've not even really done anything, but it feels so stable and planted, doesn't it? Like level, flat.
Yeah, with the spaces, with the lowering, it just gets the stance down to a point where actually you feel a bit more comfortable with it just sitting lower down and being able to kind of chuck it into a few corners.
Yeah.
It doesn't wobble on acceleration as much as well. It's just a lot tighter all round, which is really good.
Because the thing is about if cars are too low, but they're on not the best setup, is they can start really pogoing, can't they? Do you get a pogo effect with this? Really?
No. Sometimes if you're going around like weird corners and there's a dodgy roundabout near me that you do get a bit of pogo in, it's not ideal, but it's all in the nature of good fun, isn't it?
Indeed, mate. You can have a little. It does pick up nicely with that. You can feel that turbo, instant spool, can't you? The
second gear pull up to like 50, 60, and then settle down for third. It really does just kind of keep going and going and going with a map.
Yeah.
Whereas the stock, it just doesn't have the welly.
No, like you've really got to work it, haven't you?
Yeah,
the standard Focus ST, you've got to thrash the nuts off.
I mean,
haven't you?
yeah,
So,
you've been in enough of them.
Yeah, I initially felt quite underwhelmed, but it was until I spent like a day or two with it, I started to kind of learn. You learn about how you need to apply the power and stuff out of corners and that kind of thing. But with the Dreamscience car that I drove, it definitely took it up to another level.
Yeah.
But it's third gear, isn't it? Third gear onwards.
Third gear will take you into like lose your license territory, quite easily.
That's where you really feel the benefit of it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is quite bumpy in here, but it's not really crashy.
It's not going to break your back.
No.
But you notice it.
Yeah. Oh, you notice it for sure. But you can tell it's a better quality suspension setup. I always think they just feel a bit more plush, a bit more supple than a cheaper setup, so to speak. This bit here is a test because I know how well cars can handle, because you've got a bit of a dip down here. If you nail it sort of out of this national bit, there's a little dip here. Yeah, it takes that. In my Mk4, it would almost bottom out sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been too bad, and there's not a massive gap around the arches at the moment anyway. But it's not crashed on it once. I've not bottomed out once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even after lowering it, it's not been too bad.
And I suppose if the suspension has that tolerance for you to go as low as you've gone, it's going to be designed for it, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a nice little chicane here, mate.
Stick it in.
It is proper flat, isn't it? And this is where, yeah, you're in third gear.
Yeah, and it will grip like round there. You know, it's going to be it's going to be me who doesn't go in fast enough through the car. I've not lost out one, so
let me have a little burn, mate.
have a little
But
burn.
no, as a passenger, it feels quite nice. You know, it is a bit bumpy, obviously, but it's going to be.
Yeah.
Just whip it in there. But yeah, it's nothing more than what I expected, to be honest.
No, exactly.
Right, he's let me loose. Oh, we've got an electric handbrake.
Yes, yeah, you just set off and it'll be fine.
It amazes me how modern these cars feel compared to my Focus. Like, obviously my RS, like 12 years old now. They just feel so like woolly. I must admit, out of the new ST lineup from Ford, I think this would be the one that I'd go for, the Focus. I just feel like a bit too old now for a Fiesta. Do you know what I mean?
They're just a bit small as well.
Yeah.
For like a practical daily life, if you've got anything more than just like you as a kind of
I mean, they're great fun.
one-man army.
But yeah, I just think these are a bit more grown up, but they're still, they're just as capable as a Fiesta, in my opinion. Where's your drive mode button then?
On the steering wheel, the little S.
Straight into sport.
There you go.
Internationals, should we go for it?
Yeah, fucking move it.
You flat foot shift at these as well, can't you?
Yeah, you just keep it all the way down.
So third, yeah.
And it'll just keep going and going and going as long as you want it to.
We've got rev matching on this as well.
Yeah, rev match on that, so just wick it down.
Right, let's see what it's like. Yeah, it's good fun, mate. It's good fun.
And it'll just stick in that scenario as well.
Yeah, you feel the front wheels scrabbling a little bit, can't you? But
Yeah,
it's got an
for sure.
Has it got an E-diff?
Yeah, so it's trying to get round the corner and provide you power, and it's going to do a little bit of like scrabbling, but you know, it gets there.
Just trying to get your best traction.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It wasn't complaining too much.
No, it's not. And there's no tyre squeal. It's still got like a load of grip sitting there ready for those scenarios. So there you go.
Yeah, so from like, from 4,000, it goes and goes and goes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, I do like these. I do
Yeah.
like these. And it makes me kind of think, like, when I'm ready to get a new, fast, hot hatch, you know?
You've been going backwards, though.
I know.
You went Mark 3, Mark 2.
I
Next
know.
thing you know, you have your Mark 1 RS.
Yeah. No, I've got to keep the Mark 2, but yeah, I definitely need a usable, fun car once the RS is paid off, which is not too far away.
I got 40 miles per gallon out of it.
Yeah?
On an airport run, yeah.
That's
it
good.
was fucking boring.
That's good.
It was boring as hell.
But at least it's there.
But it's there if you want it.
Yeah. The way I see it with these cars is, while it's new, it's got warranty. You might as well just nail it.
Exactly.
Like, when the warranty runs out, then you want to pamper it a little bit. But
Yeah. Go on, give it
it's
another.
so responsive, mate. Just a low down torque as well.
Yeah, it's always there. Anything, I mean, maybe a little bit under 2k, and it's not quite there. But you know, if you're in, you don't even necessarily have to be in the right gear either, whatever that is.
So if we go into fourth gear now, so we're at 3,000 revs in fourth gear. We'll come around this corner and I'll just accelerate. So there's a little delay,
And it'll pick up now.
You can feel the turbo speed.
Yeah, when you get to like 4 or 5k. But you do the same thing in third, and it'll take off.
Yeah, I forgot about the little pops that you get as well. Just heard a little pop there. I'm going to hang back a bit because there's a little technical section up here. I just want to push it down there and then we'll call it a day. But
Absolutely, mate.
no, I like the way it's literally like the ride is better than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like really
horrible.
the way you were saying.
I was a bit worried about after dropping it a bit more, that it might just be a little bit nasty.
Yeah.
And not particularly nice for if you're just driving, without beating it to death. But it's actually not bad. It's not made
good,
too much of a
mate.
difference.
And you've got the handling when you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pretty much nail it all the way through there.
Yeah. And it will just stay.
It's very impressive. Very impressive.
Just needs a bit more exhaust sound,
It's a capable car, isn't it? It's a capable car. I feel confident in the car immediately. I don't feel like it's out of control. Like, I trust it.
Yeah.
Just from a few blips of the throttle around a couple of corners, like.
Yeah, you start pushing it a little bit on one, and then you're like, oh, well, that felt like it's got a bit more to give.
Yeah.
Next one.
And I can kind of tell that if it did get a little bit out of shape, it wouldn't be too bad to kind of get it back under control again.
No.
Because we've still got ESC on as well, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's not full ESC off. It's still, if you had track off, if you had track mode on this,
Yeah.
it's a little bit, well, far more sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should we try it?
Yeah. By all means, just press the mode button once.
The dampers on this, are they adaptive or they're not? Are they?
No. So the performance pack that you got on this one is a little bit strange. So you've got all the normal rev matching, the track mode, all the rest of the bits. But because you got the coilovers, there's no adaptive suspension.
Yeah.
It is what you set it as. Whereas the old versions, the standard versions with the performance pack, you got it in sport, it's harder. You got it in normal, it's less, and it's a bit more, forgiving. So
in a way, because you couldn't customise the drive modes in the other one, sometimes if you wanted to put it in track, you had that harder sort of suspension. You didn't necessarily want it. I know you could turn it off, but there was only a certain amount you could customise it.
Yeah.
I kind of like this kind of more, like it's more simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like my RS, you jump in and you go. There's nothing else.
You set it to what you want to set it as, and that's it. You'll feel it on this when you come out of the corner. Just a little bit more like...
Yeah, I was trying to come off midway around the corner to see if I could pop the wheel up, but I think I was just out the power band. But no, mate, it's a lovely car, isn't it?
Good fun.
It looks beautiful from the outside in the azure blue. I think the performance edition, it looks the bollocks, mate, to be fair. I love the alloys, I love what you've done, like the amount you've lowered it by. I think the spacers really finish it off as well. I don't know if I'd have the low-lying kit myself, only because it can kind of...
It's another thing to break in it.
You can catch it and stuff, can't you?
Yeah.
One last pull.
Yeah.
Flat foot shift?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And it just limits the revs.
That's good. Yeah, man, it's good. It's good. See, this is what I love about fast forwards. I don't know, they just give you a feeling that other kind of manufacturers don't give you. I don't know, I can't even explain it.
Yeah, people always say, oh yeah, but it's just a Ford at the end of the day. It's like, yeah, we'll drive one and then come back and have a chat after.
It's like an agile, responsive kind of feeling, isn't it?
They know what they're doing when they put this together in terms of they've been learning over the last all of the rest of the Focuses and stuff.
And let's face it, this is probably going to be the last of its kind. They want to go full electric by 2030 or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, they cancelled the RS, didn't they? So, this is about as RS knockoff as you're going to get.
But no, mate, I think it's really nice. You got yourself a nice motor.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks for bringing it on the channel.
Absolutely. Hope you had some fun.
And I'll be following the progress of it. And
hopefully there's not too much more, otherwise girlfriend's going to start getting a little annoyed.
No, guys, hope you enjoyed that. As always, thanks for watching, and until the next one, take care, and I'll see you soon.